Hello YouTube family, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's keeping cool in this hot weather. Have a devotional for you today. And this devotional is entitled Filling the Gaps. I'll be reading from my Bible, Genesis 16, 1 through 6. Now Sarah, Abraham's Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, and she had an Egyptian maidservant whose name was Hagar. So Sarai said to Abram, "Seeing now the Lord has restrained me from bearing children, please go in to my maid, perhaps I shall obtain children by her." And Abram heeded the voice of Sarai. Then Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan. So he went in to Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress became despised in her eyes. Sarai said to Abram, "My wrong be upon you. I gave my maid into your embrace, and when she saw that she had conceived, I became despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between you and me." So Abram said to Sarai, "Indeed, your maid is in your hand. Do to her as you please." And when Sarai dealt harshly with her, she fled from her presence. Yeah, that's it for the Bible reading. Now the devotion. Has God given you a vision that is yet unfulfilled? Has He assigned you a task that is still incomplete, though you've done everything you know to do? Waiting periods in our life often prepare us for God's purposes. Maybe there's a rough edge He must smooth, or a relationship He wants to restore before He'll fully accomplish His purposes. He could be plumbing the depths of your faith, expanding its borders, and proving Himself faithful. Sometimes He'll use these dry periods for correction to steer a believer away from rebellion and back in a Godward direction. Remember, it is always wise to wait upon the Lord while He prepares us for His answers. At such times, we should continue to pray and trust, but it's essential to refrain from acting until we have heard from Him. This applies even to counsel we've sought from godly believers. Their advice can prove helpful, but should always be brought to the Lord for His confirmation before we take action. Anything other than God's plan, carried out God's way, and in God's timing, amounts to self-reliance. Depend on His Spirit when deciding how to proceed. Any other course of action won't lead to the full and abundant life Jesus promised. Amen. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Hope you got something out of it. And until I read to you again, God bless you all, and goodbye.